Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on where you are watching me from. I am here this morning to testify to the goodness of the Lord, to testify to the goodness of Fafo life, to testify to the goodness of Salud in my life. I was diagnosed of cancer, breast cancer, for the past 9 months. The result in Nigeria, in a Nigerian hospital, showed I had stage 2 cancer. That was the result I got. So I contacted my Fafo Life medical doctor, Dr. Franklin, and before I contacted him, I was taking Faforon. This stem cell, liquid stem cell. I was taking Faforon. I had taken a lot of Faforon. I was taking Speedex 19 and Speedex 20. Those were the products I was on before I contacted him. So he now introduced me to, he said I should be taking Salud. Salud was then produced for only clinical tests. They were testing it for clinical tests first. So he started giving me Salud. He started giving me Salud bottles. If you can see the Salud bottles, it's written on it, not for sale. Those were the bottles he was giving me. And he gave me up to 20 bottles of this. I took up to 20 bottles first. Then at the Abuja Car Award, I met him. I had told him he should come do a checkup on me. So when he did a checkup and checked the lump, he advised me that I had taken enough Salud. It must have arrested whatever is there, but I should get a hospital. They should do a surgery and remove the lump. I will use Salud to finish up the work. So from that Abuja Car Award, I quickly rushed to in New Delhi, India, where a surgery. When I went, the first question were like, how long have you been diagnosed of cancer? I told them 9 months, and the doctor was like, 9 months and you walk into a doctor's hospital with your 2 legs? I said, yes. You say, have you done any chemotherapy in Nigeria? I said, no. Have you been on any medication? I said, no. I didn't want to review that I was on taking this and the other Fafo Life products. I didn't want to review because, many doctors don't like hearing that. So I didn't want to review to them. I told them nothing. I just told them I was off sugar and carbohydrate. They said, okay. They now took me for lab tests. They did series of tests on me. As you can see, I may not be able to interpret the test, but I'll get a doctor. See, series of tests they did. They took me into a body scan machine. There are so many results that came. See, these are all my results. There are so many of them, you can see. So many results. They did a thorough check on me and they said the lump, they now removed the lump. They now removed the lump and took it for test. I don't know, a doctor will explain the test they did, but in a layman's language, what they explained to me, the test was the lump was cancerous, but the environment where they removed the lump was not cancerous. By implication, to them in a medical way, because they didn't know I had taken anything, that it's surprising to them that a cancer will attack a breast. It's like a mango. The example the doctor gave is like a mango. A seed of a mango is cancerous, but the mango itself is not cancerous. The surrounding environment of the mango is not cancerous. So they were wondering. They say it's mysterious to them, but deep down my heart, I knew it was Salud. Then they did the surgery. They checked other checks that were done. I don't know the names, but I'll give Dr. him. The teaching hospital Makodi. He will explain the results in the next video that will follow this, in the next line of video. So he will explain the results. But in summary, what am I saying? I had come to India. They have done the surgery. Truly, the result they gave me in Nigeria was correct. It was cancerous. The one they gave here, they didn't determine the level of the cancer, but here they determined the level of the spread and they determined the level of spread, and they have removed the lump, and I'm cancer free. Because the doctors gave me drugs for 6 months, but they said the drugs they are giving me, they have not seen anything apart from what they removed that was cancerous, but the drugs they're giving me, in case there's any microscopic something somewhere that they have not seen, that their machines have not seen, the drugs they're giving me, they should be able to mop it out from my body system. So, but I'm taking the drugs, I'm also combining the Fafaron and all these other Fafaron, Salud, and Speedex 19 and Speedex 20. Those are the ones I'm taking faithfully. Immediately I was discharged, I got 40 bottles of the new Salud. If you can see the Salud, this is the old bottle that was meant for clinical test. Then the new Salud bottles, immediately I was discharged, I got 40 bottles of it. I'm taking like water faithfully. So you can see, you can combine Salud or Fafolite products with every other from my body system. So, but I'm taking the drugs, I'm also combining the Fafaron and all these other Fafaron, Salud, and Speedex 19 and Speedex 20. Those are the ones I'm taking faithfully. Immediately I was discharged, I got 40 bottles of the new Salud. If you can see the Salud, this is the old bottle that was meant for clinical test. Then the new Salud bottles, immediately I was discharged, I got 40 bottles of it. I'm taking like water faithfully. So you can see, you can combine Salud or Fafolite products with every other hospital medicine, because what they do, all drugs have side effect. What Fafolite products, stem cell products does is it moves the side effects of, it mops out the side effects of all this medication from our body systems. That is what it does. So there is no crime combining your medication with Fafolite products.
The first test you did, that's the Nigerian test, there was a left breast lump that had to be analyzed. So a true cut biopsy. A true cut.
True cut biopsy.
True cut
biopsy.
So a true cut biopsy was done, and the histology results revealed what we refer to as an invasive ductal carcinoma. Summary being that when that lump, a piece of that lump was analyzed, the cells that were found in it were found to be cancerous. So there was cancer in that lump. That is the summary of the Nigeria test. Okay. So, but further analysis was necessary. Okay. Both to determine the extent and then to determine the best approach to treatment. Okay. But when this result was given, you were still in Nigeria. Yes. And that was the time you said you had started taking the Salud Herbal stem cells. So all that, like any bad news, it was devastating. Yes. But there were so many other things that could not be easily done in Nigeria that necessitated traveling out. Yes. So in India now, repeat histology was done. What they did there was not just a true cut biopsy this time. Okay. What they did was an excisional biopsy. Okay. That's instead of just taking a piece of the lymph node or a piece of the lump, they removed. First, they determined with the aid of a CT scan. That's this one. CT scan, yes. Determined with the aid of a CT scan. Okay. The regions of the body that had suspicious nodes. Okay. Suspicious lymph nodes. So that was first the thing that was done. So all areas of the body where suspicious nodes were found, the nodes were removed for histology. Okay. The nodes were removed for histology. So then the breast lump itself also was removed for histology. Now the results that was gotten, so the results that were found tallied closely with what was found in Nigeria. In Nigeria, all that they could tell me at that time was that there was invasive ductal carcinoma. So meaning that there was a cancer cell. But the extent and the degree of spread could not be determined at that time. So with this result, a more detailed analysis was done. So after the CT scan determined the suspicious notes, then histology was repeated. Again, like I was saying, histology still revealed a ductal carcinoma in situ.
Okay.
So a ductal carcinoma in situ. Then immunohistochemistry. You will remember that immunohistochemistry. By the time you call her 10 times, you don't know. So immunohistochemistry was also done.
Okay.
That was to determine if these cancer cells, if they have any receptors that they were sensitive to. So luckily in this case, or not luckily, in this particular case, they were found to be estrogen receptor positive. So apart from the immunoreceptor chemistry and HER2, just call her like that because the name for that one long.
Yes.
Human epidermal receptor 2.
Yes.
So HER2 test was also done, which was negative in this case. Now the essence of all of these tests that was being done was one, to determine whether this lump that was found in the breast, whether there had been metastasis of these cancer cells to other parts of the body.
That's a spread.
Metastasis in this case referring to spread.
Okay.
Then two, to determine the best approach to the removal of these cells, of this cancer, and whether a chemotherapy will be necessary.
Okay.
The summary of all of these things that was done was that yes, the cancer lump was found in the breast, but it was limited to just a small segment of the breast. Now, the limitation, fortunately, meant that there was no spread. Even in all the other notes that appeared suspicious on CT scan, they were thoroughly analyzed, and it was found that there was no spread of cancer cells to any of them. So the summary being that all that needed to be done was a wide excision.
Okay.
So all that needed to be done was a wide excision. Wide excision are referring to removal, going around it.
Okay. Where it is found.
Going around where it is found.
Okay.
So all that needed to be done was a wide excision. After which I was free to go home. Now, of course.
So that wide excision.
Yes.
Now, that's to show the surrounding environment. Now they were not attacked.
So the wide excision was done. The surrounding tissue around was also analyzed, and it was found that the cancer cells were limited to less than 1 cm from the lobe that they were found.
Okay.
So which meant that majorly the surrounding tissue were also free. So that made chemotherapy, which would have been the continuous taking of toxic anti-cancer drugs after the surgery, that made chemotherapy unnecessary. Also, in addition, it made radiotherapy, which would have meant taking treatment by facing ionizing radiation. So, which would have necessitated facing treatment by ionizing radiation. It also made that treatment unnecessary. So, all I had to go through was just the excision of the main lump. And that was basically the end of the story. Every other drug that continued thereafter was to increase immunity to prevent infection. And that story was made possible to Salud.
I beg, leave us Salud. Leave us for life, people. Just explain result for me. It's not to be talking for life. Leave us alone. Okay.